Yeah, we've seen Donald Trump respond to a few tragedies in this presidential race already, but his reaction to what happened in Dallas today was in some ways unlike any we've seen from the presumptive Republican nominee so far. This morning, Trump canceled a planned speech in Miami that was going to be titled Succeeding Together, put out some tweets, and then a statement saying that his thoughts and prayers are with the victims' families. Trump's soothing and optimistic, longer written statement said in part this, quote, "We must restore law and order. We must restore the confidence of our people to be safe and secure in their homes and on the street. The senseless, tragic deaths of two motorists in Louisiana and Minnesota reminds us how much more needs to be done. Our nation has become too divided. Too many Americans feel like they've lost hope. Crime is harming too many citizens. Racial tensions have gotten worse, not better. This isn't the American dream we all want for our children. This is a time, perhaps more than ever, for strong leadership, love, and compassion. We will pull through these tragedies." According to some news reports, first in the New York Daily News, Trump tried this morning to convince the New York Police Department to let him visit with some officers, but his request was denied by the commissioner, Bill Bratton, who told reporters, quote, "Our interest is staying out of the politics of the moment and not to provide photo ops." Meanwhile, Hillary Clinton postponed her campaign rally with Joe Biden in Pennsylvania this morning. She's expected to speak shortly here at a church conference in Philadelphia. This afternoon, Clinton did a series of TV interviews and said progress needs to be made on police outreach to communities across the country.
This is the kind of call to action, and as president, I would implement the very comprehensive set of proposals that I've been making for more than a year, including we must do more to have national guidelines about the use of force by police, especially deadly force. We need to do more to look into implicit bias, and we need to do more to respect and protect our police. I'm going to be talking to white people. I think we're the ones who have to start listening to the legitimate cries that are coming from our African-American fellow citizens. And we have so much more to be done, and we've got to get about the business of doing it. We can't be engaging in hateful rhetoric or incitement of violence. We need to be bringing people together. We are, unfortunately, in the grip of some very divisive and hateful rhetoric. And I think that that's a broadly shared view. Well, I think our tone has been very careful.
So Clinton's done some interviews. She's got this public event that she didn't cancel. We've yet to hear from Trump on camera. So, John, lots more to come from these two on these important and difficult issues. But politically speaking, what are the responsibilities, the opportunities, and the dangers you see for both Trump and Clinton in the wake of this horrible week?
Well, luckily, I think the responsibilities and the opportunities line up perfectly. Most of the country right now does not like Donald Trump, and most of the country does not like Hillary Clinton. They are both have very high unfavorable ratings in the country. Part of the reason for that is that this campaign has been conducted in kind of the most puerile and infantile and insulting way possible, not at all up to the kind of challenges the country faces across a range of issues. Now we have a major national trauma going on that challenges these candidates to raise their game, raise their level of rhetoric, raise their level of substantive response. If they do that, they can benefit politically. If they don't do that, or worse, if they try to in some way cynically profit from this and exacerbate tension in the country, they, I think, will both be irresponsible and they will suffer politically if they do that.
Clinton has an edge here in performance simply because she's dealt with many of these issues before in Arkansas and earlier in the campaign, particularly dealing with issues of gun violence against African Americans. Right. But Donald Trump's statement, again, as I said, unlike anything, 80% of that statement could have been put out by Hillary Clinton or Barack Obama. And it's going to be interesting to see when he starts to speak, whether it's in interviews or an event, does he echo the sentiments, the tone of that statement that for him was uncharacteristically conciliatory and dealing with a broad range of concerns. He has not spoken out up until now, as far as I know, very much about the two deaths earlier in the week. So he's got a lot to catch up to in terms of Hillary Clinton, particularly after what she's already spoken at today in those interviews.
Right, and as you know, she spent a lot of this winter traveling around the country with the mothers of the movement, the mothers of people like Trayvon Martin, Eric Garner, Tamir Rice, others. She's got a lot of practice at talking about some of these issues. He does not have as much, so she has an advantage here for sure.